Hello, how are we doing this evening? Oh wait, I gotta get my news setup going. Hold on. Hold the phone, everybody. I'm getting it. I'm lining it up. Getting a little closer. Pop that out. Put that there. Exit that. I don't need that open. I want to ruin my internet again. Can't have my internet getting ruined. Alrighty. And then we'll do this. And we'll do this. We'll do ba 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 da ba 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 dum ba boom ba doo doo ba boo doo 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 ba doo 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 doo. This is the startup song. What is up? First with the Comic Relief Crusader, while you get to watch me frantically do all my behind the scenesy things so that I can make sure that we have a successful stream. Bump. All right, that is out there. All right, so tomorrow, something no one thought would happen. No one could have predicted that I would be on a morning stream. A live morning stream, 8 a.m. tomorrow. Ooh, just saying it has me quaking. So I will be over with Brandon, the anime guy, and we will be talking about a bunch of the more recent news involving anime and manga. You can probably guess what we're going to be talking about. It's not exactly crazy. It's not exactly gonna mind-blowing when it comes to like, oh, I wonder what kind of breaking news could they be talking about. Oh, it's 8 a.m. PST. So anyone farther east of me, you're like, oh, I can be up by noon. Oh, I'll be fine at 11. Oh, it's just 10 o'clock. Whew, my Pacific West Coast ass is gonna have some fun dragging itself out of bed. So we'll be compying with coffee in the morning. Compying with coffee in the morning. Are you ready to rage? Oh, for a channel I started so we could talk about things that I like. Whoo, this is an episode. This is an episode. Originally, what I wanted to do was laugh at an article about how such and such new show was the this is the pinnacle of queer representation, and for me to then say, have you seen anime? You're like, traditionally, queer characters and LGBTQ plus have been relegated to jokes and memes in anime. It's like, have you seen Revolutionary Girl Utena? Have you seen the BL Isles? Like, holy crap, you can't even think that. Can't even think it by a little bit. Oh, heyo, speaking of, it's Brandon. Brandon, who will be live tomorrow, 8 a.m. my time. Coffee's gonna be strong, I can tell you that much. It'll be some strong coffee, so kampai. Let's get this night started. Oh, so anyway, I was gonna have fun making fun of somebody because they have no idea on the history of just let's be honest, how gay anime can be. Like it goes all out with everything. Always has. And that goes back to oh gosh, Tezuka, Osamu Tezuka, the godfather of manga, right? That guy made some of the most what today's youth would say, wow, I finally have non-binary representation. But this was like 1960, so it was like, yeah, they're just a character who doesn't care. So instead of that, we got back to back. We got the double today coming from Louis Kemner. Louis Kemner dropping that spicy Shikimori treatment. We get it. And yes, I did catch up. I caught up on Shikimori. It exists. It's there. It is a show still. I also watched I'm Quitting Heroing, and if you watch that one, a little bit different to the typical twist. I definitely was assuming isekai, and I am pleasantly surprised. Again, the majority of the show is How to Be Good Boss show, so we will see how that goes. Pop culture, good to see you in the chat as well. Exactly, just a character who doesn't care, because who cares? Some people, that person, safer for them not to care one way or the other, because that's how times were back then. All right. I've got my Tanuki. I watched, like I said, I got those two things. We did I'm Quitting Heroing. It's still pretty good. Again, it's not great. Shikimori is not just a cutie. So meh. It's okay to rage over things you like. That's true. To a point. Because I keep telling myself, I'm like, no, you can't rage about it. You can't be mad. You can't be upset. If something upsets you, don't do it. Why would you do it? Like, just who cares? Don't even worry about it. But then you see how people think about what you like, or what people put into what you're enjoying, and you're like, and you could feel it building. You could feel it. You're like, All right, let's get Waifu Wednesday started. Let's head on over to the bastion of humanity known as Twitter. Any trends? We got to see what's trending in anime. Any trends? What's happening now? Alrighty, so this is week 8. Is that what we're on technically? Which one of these dropped today? Hold on. Gosh, would you guys post like just the thing so that I can go to it? Okay, here we go. All right, week 8. Week 8. 8 is the week. Pull that one up. And also, yeah, holy crap. Leiden Films is making everything at this point. The only thing I can do tap dance wise is shuffle step, shuffle step, shuffle step, step, shuffle step. So if you're okay with a shuffle step in my bare feet on my carpet floor, then sure, we can tap dance all day. Oh my goodness. Male characters for week 8. Here we go. Here we are, almost ready. And then the week 8 top anime. So that one, at least they pin. At least one of them they pin. All right, and then this should work pretty well. This should work decently. Where do we want to start? Let's start with the top anime. Dance, monkey, dance! Dance, the monkey, dance. Is there any difference between these two? No. Okay, good. Whoo! All right. Top anime. Spy Family. With the incest is wincest arc. Able to knock Kaguya-sama, Love is War, off of its pedestal. So, good job there, Kaguya-sama. That is fantastic. Yes, I will not wait for you, Comic Relief Crusader. I shan't. A sea shanty. So dropping down, these two are playing back and forth. We'll see how that continues one way or the other. Shikimori's coming back in because they were like, we're not gonna post its location because it didn't have an episode, and it's knocking your boy down to -4. What in the world? How is Love After World Domination not even on a top 10 list? I can understand not having Birdie Wing on a top 10 list because the premise is golf anime, and then it's like Yuri golf anime. So yeah, sure, some people are gonna be yeah, I don't think that one's for me, and they won't even give it a chance to find out that it's for everyone. I feel like it's me and some account on Twitter called Vestanet. I don't even know how I found them, but the algorithm has put us together, and we are the two Birdie Wing praise singers. But there's gotta be more people talking about how good Love After World Domination is. How can it not even be on a top 10? Yo, how's it going? I think you can tell based, on this list. That's how it's going. Yeah, boy, it's 10th. Exactly. That is just... it's unacceptable. Unacceptable. That's what it is. Unacceptable. I wish this would default. Maybe it's in my settings somewhere. I can change it so it always defaults to this view when I share a screen. We'll find out. I'll look into that. Okay, let's get through this first. Because I am weary. How is Shikimori even top 10? We'll find out. We'll find out later in this episode why Shikimori could possibly be in a top 10 ever. And what I don't get is when you look at the top anime, like by votes on AniTrends, number 5 is Tomodachi Game. And what else we got? Love After World Domination is at 11. Cuckoos is at 12. So they're right there. How far down do I have to go before I find Birdie Wing? Birdie Wing, Golf Girl Story, 28th. Whew. Of course we noticed you, John. What the senpais are for. All right, let's look at this one. Yuichi Katagiri has moved up to number 1 male character. In a year that we have Lloyd Forger, this Shinpei guy from Summertime Rendering, a Kaguya-sama character, and Milk Toast, and Kong Ming. Like, how in the world is... Well, of course I had this all planned from the beginning. I know how evil people are. How are they considered a top male character? They're literally the same people that are putting Shikimori at the top of a top 10 list. Because when you finish voting for one of these things, it says, hey, would you like to also vote for... And it'll just input like the next one. So you just keep voting on all this stuff. Plus, the male characters and female characters voting page is the same page. So you have to scroll past all the male characters to then get to the female characters. So the same people that are voting for Shikimori to be the top girl week after week, they're like, Shikimori, Shikimori, Shikimori. All those weirdos also voted for, evil. Straight. The joke for me, I guess, would be that they like a strong woman and a toxic man. Like, what? What is going on with the world that you would say, well, he's really smart. He's really good at planning ahead. He can really figure out what everybody's going to do and then plan accordingly so that he can come out the victor in anything he does. Who cares? He's not great. We're supposed to hate him. We're supposed to be like, nah, this guy ain't good. This guy is bad. That's a bad guy. That's a bad guy. But here he is, top of the charts. Top of the charts. How? All right, last chart. You know it. You saw this one coming a mile away. Top 10 females. Now that they're letting Shikimori back in, she slides into first place. Are people pissed that the Lloyd man was spying? No, people are pissed that Lloyd would dare try to kiss the woman that he's pretending to be in a marriage with as a spy. And that she has to get drunk to almost kiss him back. That's probably what they're upset with. I'd rather have a man who sacrifices his friends for the betterment of himself than somebody who's just trying to keep up a ruse against an evil nation. Oh my goodness, what is going on? So Shikimori comes back in and they're sticking it first because even though last time they weren't first, even though last time they weren't even on the list because we're not gonna post Shikimori because Shikimori didn't have a body block. How? Yes, yours fourth. Yours fourth. Eiko at fifth. And Decimi at ninth. Submit to her ascendancy? Never! I will never allow for the ascendancy of Shikimori. I cannot allow it. I must do all in my power to topple her ephemeral reign. The world must know that the true best female character this season is Decimi. Shinomiya is better than most anime girls. Sure, let her rise on up. I have no qualms with Kaguya. Kaguya can be number one. I mean, if you think about it from like an objective standpoint, we've had more time with Kaguya, so we've had more information, more of her as a character that we can get to know and figure out, and we can see her struggles in her life, and you know we've been able to connect with her more than hold on real quick. Yeah, than any of the other characters on this list. Period. So okay, hold on. Maybe Date Alive. Maybe Kurumi from Date Alive has technically more screen time than Kaguya, but maybe not. So those two, I could see having a fan base that knows them, that loves them, that has been following them the whole time. Me, I immediately fell in love with Decimi. She's honest. She's great. Love After World Domination is sweet. As well as the fan service. Not except for. Kind of outgrown ecchi a bit. Ooh, my friend. Oh, welcome. Welcome. Don't worry. You may feel you have outgrown the ecchi, but the ecchi will find you once again. You haven't started LOD, so you don't know Decimi yet. Decimi is if Rita Repulsa was hot and fell in love with the Red Ranger. That's who Decimi is. And it's fantastic and it's great. And her and Fudo working together, being together, makes them stronger together as they move towards what they want to do in life. It's literally a part of her character that she's stronger now because of her love. And it's fantastic and it's great. And that's the thing. That's the Marin Gojo je ne sais quoi, the mix, the fancy speak. Is when two people are in love with each other, they will work together to make each other better and reach their goals. So my wife and I are right now working on our next business. Our next business is a food truck, and we are constantly working together, challenging each other, saying, "Hey, we got to get this filled out. Hey, we got to make sure this is submitted. Hey, we got to do this. We got to do that." And it's a constant, like, us working together, us challenging each other. Like, I don't know if that's a great idea. I don't know if that's a great idea. Maybe we should try this. Maybe we should try that. And through our conflict, through our relationship, through our help of each other, we are pushing each other to build this thing that is better than just the two of us. And that's what makes relationships great. And that's why Decimi is such a good character. That's why Yor is such a good character, because even though she doesn't really know how well she's helping, she is definitely helping to make Lloyd's mission better, right? Kaguya, a little bit more of a kiddie side of that, but I can see it. Shoko Komi-san can't communicate. She is in there, like, working hard. And Hito is helping her. Like the essence of, like, strong characters are characters that make other characters better. And I just don't see that in Shikimori. And so it needs to come off the top of this list. Really needs to come off the top of this list. Decimi is the best tsundere of this season, excluding Kaguya-sama characters. We found one, boys! We've been wondering who the because every list you look at, it's just Kaguya-sama is all over it. Like, at one point, I think the top 5 characters on the female list were all from Kaguya-sama, and it was hilarious. So we're like, there must be just an army of people who love this show, because I remember enjoying the first season, and then just sort of I was watching the second, and I was like, okay. It's okay. I don't know that I need to keep watching it. I just sort of fell out of favor with it, but I still see that it's a solid show. And that happens to me all the time, where season 1 was fun and great, and then I get to season 2 and I'm like, I don't know if I can keep watching this show. I'll move on. Really getting bored of it, skipping over some parts of Dress Up Darling to avoid fan service. Oh, but so here's, let's get this off the screen. Let's get this anger off the screen. You're a Kaguya bot. That's fantastic. My Dress Up Darling is great, and the reason that I find Dress Up Darling so great is because it uses there's 2 types of fan service, right? 3. There's 3 types of fan service. There is you can see a girl's panties, because that's just what would happen. The skirt's too short and the wind blew, and the artist was like, yeah, I'll go ahead and draw it. There is straight up basically hentai, where it's like, well, what if just nobody had clothes and we just go from there, and you get that kind of fan service. And then there's the third kind of fan service, which is fan service done right, where you take fan service and you use it to put you in the mindset of the characters. And part of a huge thing for my Dress Up Darling is how Gojo gets so embarrassed and rattled around sexual things, because he's such he's not really a recluse, but like, he hasn't really been interacting with people enough to have those skills to deal with it. And so seeing him frustrated and dealing with it, and you can see what he's seeing, like, if it didn't have the fan service to show you that he's seeing, like, he's like, oh, like awesome titties, but what do I do? Like, and if we didn't see that there were awesome titties, if that was hidden from us, you wouldn't really have as good of a flavor of what he's dealing with without the fan service. So there's my fan service plug real quick, just to let you know where we're coming at on that. Boss is calling from ex-trans bots. Tell him you're busy. I'm busy, boss. I got things to do. I got anime shows to watch, and people yelling about anime shows. No, I don't want this one. That's the wrong one. I want the. All right, here we go. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. You know him. You love him. He's the guy that will talk about Shikimori being fantastic until the day that he dies or stops riding, or I don't know, something happens. Hold on, let me make this. I hate sizing this crap. I wish I had it like auto sized. That would be nice. You get that Gojo is attracted to Marin, but he barely showed sexual interest before and kind of seems overwhelmed. I just felt awkward during the measurements, wet dream, and love walking in on Shinju. Speaking of which, you have to go too. All right, Brandon, I will see you in the morning. I promise you I'll see you there. Maybe that's just you though. I would argue that all of those things, him being overwhelmed, him feeling awkward, him having a wet dream, because you got to remember, right? Like at the end of the day, Gojo's a high school boy who hasn't interacted with a lot of people, and now he's interacting with someone who is not just outgoing, but is like an 11. Like he's gone from like, I don't interact with anybody to this person's an 11 and at all times doing all this stuff. So he's overwhelmed. He is, feeling that he's encountering that wet dream because he's at that stage of life. Right. And he's, part of the fan service is just to show us what he sees to help us get into that mindset. So it's a little, I don't know. It would be if you did it without fan service, like you constantly have the camera cut away. You constantly there's something in the way. There's stuff blocking it. You run into something where like the scenes don't feel natural. They don't feel like they work. They don't feel like they are, something that is really happening in their reality, right? And I think just allowing the camera to see what's going on, we're meant to feel his overwhelmed feeling ourselves. If you don't feel it, you can at least understand it, right? Like it's people will. I still let me just pull this off for a second. let me pull this off for a minute. I don't understand people who say, "Oh, that was triggering. Oh, that really triggered me." Media and shows and movies, books, everything is supposed to make you feel something that you may not be feeling at the time, or work through something that you may have to work through. So something that reminds you and gives you a physical visceral reaction to it is great. It's fantastic. It's media that needs to exist. So whether or not you felt overwhelmed as you were watching this high school guy see a couple jiggly jugs wasn't necessarily the necessity. If it did, that's awesome. That's great. That's really well done if they were able to pull that off, and you're like the ideal candidate for watching that. But it should at least help you understand the headspace of the guy who is overwhelmed. Because you're like, yeah, if I saw some cans like that, I'd probably not know what to do with myself when I was 16. Whatever the reaction is, you can understand it better than when it's in a fully censored mode. That's sort of my argument there. Why not? Why the no default? I just turned it off and turned it back on. God, I hate this sometimes. Okay. So, welcome. Anyone who is not familiar with this channel may not know, because Shikimori had a week off and now it has come back. And one of the things that we found was that the first episode of Shikimori blew my mind. I was like, holy crap, the world is trying to kill this kid, and this gal is like Superman. I don't know what's happening or how it's happening, but we need some explanations, and you can go back, and I said exactly that. I needed some explanations. And instead of explanations, what we have gotten is him getting more and more skilled at random things that should kill him. Like a guy that a sign will fall off the side of the road and try to smash him should not then have no bad luck in the kitchen, or be fantastic at sewing. It's like, what? So he's got a curse that anything he does that's traditionally masculine is, tries to kill him, and anything he does that's traditionally feminine, he excels at. Like that's the only explanation, because they just say bad luck, but he has less and less and less bad luck as the series goes on. What happened to the little boy with a tree coming out of his brain who came home to mom and was like, "I'm okay, mommy," with freaking tree coming out? Yeah, it's relatable. Thank you for explaining. Yeah, and again, it's one of those things. You either love it or you hate it. I think if it's done right, if there is good fan service where it actually is useful to the characterization, that's worth defending. I love the other two, the we'll call it gratuitous and the random, because I think they make for just fun shows overall that just throw all abandon to the wind and say, what if we just did whatever the hell we wanted? Like, I think you get some really interesting stories coming around shows that are willing to do that. But I can see them not being everybody's cup of tea. Whereas I think you should fight for things that you think are decent. It'll have another week off now. Also in the manga, another tree branch almost knocks him out. See, we need more of that. I need to know this kid's about to die at any second, because the way it is now, I just don't see it. I don't feel it. What did he do in this last episode? Drop some books. Oh no! And then they're at an okonomiyaki place and he didn't burn his hand on the okonomiyaki heater? Like, that's insane to me. Like, does he have bad luck or not? Does he have the Tanuki 1,000-year curse or not? I need to know, but I also don't care because they're all so dang boring. But we found our friend here, Louis Kemner. And we've been keeping up with Louis Kemner's articles. Does this show if I highlight? Okay, perfect. Louis Kemner here has been putting out 2 articles a week about Shikimori. 2 a week since the show has been going. Every episode, 2 a week. And I'm like, I must not see. And we've been tracking with him. He was like, wow, this show's really good. You know what? Shikimori's really badass. Show would be better if Shikimori had a flaw. You know, we really need this, and this to turn the show around. Oh, Izumi's best boy. And he started popping back. We've been following all of his tracks. So we'll see. We'll see what goes on with that. But we got to keep up. He's the main character of our story. And so every Wednesday or Thursday, we will be covering the Louis Kemner articles on Shikimori. And this week, I wonder if Michael's here. Because Michael really loves cuckoos, and he really loves Hero. And I found an article, Louis Kemner, our bro, doesn't like Hero. So if we'll have to send him a clip of that one if we make it that far tonight. It is roasting in this room, and I don't know how much longer I'll make it. Oh my gosh. Oh. All right. Episode 7 of Shikimori introduces the athletic Kamiya, a girl who seems determined to launch a love triangle in the weirdest... Oh, by the way, spoiler alert for episode 7! If you cared, who cares? Shikimori is not just a cutie, has so far been a low conflict rom-com anime series where the main characters drive the plot by engaging in playful competitions, including how Izumi, Yu, and his seemingly perfect girlfriend Shikimori sometimes tease. This is copy-paste. Copy-paste. I love that you said you expect Hiro to be more Onodera-like, because the first episode, I immediately went to, this show is a different form of Nisekoi, and I'm here for it. I'm excited to see where it goes. This is pretty copy-paste in all of his articles, so we'll scroll past that. But with this new character, Kamiya, she seemed interested in Shikimori at first, and then not, which kind of threw me off. I was like, which lane are we gonna drive in here? We taking this exit? No. Taking it? No. All right, not taking the exit. Whatever. Who cares? You think the movie Pure Luck does it well? Well, when did Pure Luck come out? Because if it came out after 2016, we'll scroll past it one of these nights. Shikimori is not just a cutie, has been all about stable and wholesome romance so far without a single hint of serious drama or heartache, even when compared to gentle anime like Komi Can't Communicate or A Couple of Cuckoos. Now that Kami is here, though, a love triangle might be right around the corner, and Shikimori doesn't even know it yet. I think she knows it now. Season 7, Episode 7. Wow, that's like the third correction we've had. You've also watched Nisekoi then? While watching Nisekoi 2.0, Kamiya was interested in the kind of girl her crush likes. Oh my goodness! You saw that coming, Paruchin Baka. Call me bored with the show. I didn't put that much thought into it. Oh, I was more excited to see this article come out, to be 100% honest with everyone. I only watch Shikimori so I can keep up with the Louis Kemner articles. Shikimori is not just a cutie, launches the anime's obligatory school culture festival, which is almost like a counterpart to equally obligatory summer festival episodes or wait, hold on. I think I read this one. I think I did write this one, or read this one. Hold on. Inshallah, it will have seasons. No, it can't have seasons. Okay, yeah, here we go. This is the one I wanted. Sorry, everyone. Episode 8. I should have known. Gosh, if they find a way to make 7 seasons of this stupid show, that would blow my mind. Episode 8 of Shikimori's not a community. All right, blah blah blah. 6 hours ago. This is better. Look at you behind in the chat because of the delay from me to you. I'm dimensions ahead of you at this point. So episode 7 saw her make her debut during a quiet moment together with Izumi. In the library, Kamiya admitted she envied the relationship between him and his seemingly perfect girlfriend Shikimori. In episode 8, Kamiya wrangles with those covetous feelings once again, and she feels downright ashamed of them. Kamiya nurses a secret crush on Izumi and likens herself to a background character in Cinderella. Okay, I hate this show as much as I do. The dress that they drew for her in the fairy tale scene was a beautiful dress. That flower pattern with the black on the kind of less black, just that was a peak anime dress, I will say. A maiden doomed to obscurity when Prince Izumi falls for the glass slipper wearing Shikimori. Soon, however, Kamiya and Shikimori have a heart-to-heart on the school roof where both girls show their gracious and compassionate side. They're so compassionate. In episode 8, Shikimori and Kamiya find themselves face-to-face with the school festival's matchmaking game. Stupid game. And each girl tries her best to keep the peace and not upset the other. This game could potentially create feelings of disappointment, envy, or even jealousy among the students if things go badly. And for Kamiya, it really does create all kinds of negative feelings of guilt. Wish you could find something like that in real life. I've seen the fabric, but it's typically like a weird feeling with it's like a velvet, they'll have like a satin with like the raised velvet pattern, and it's really hard to find something that has like a fine mesh with then like the solid like pattern on top. That's what you really would need. That'd be fun. But you just contact China, get yourself a Chinese warehouse that'll make it for you, and just order a sample. Be like, yes, I am big wig entrepreneur man who wants to make clothing company. Please send sample of this fabric to me. Oh, anyway. This game could potentially create feelings of disappointment, envy, or even jealousy among the students if things go badly. And for Kamiya, it really does create all kinds of negative feelings of guilt. She doesn't like having a crush on someone else's boyfriend, but cannot quell those feelings so easily. At least she can hand over her paper heart to make Shikimori happy with Izumi. But Shikimori wants more than a number here. She's not that shallow or selfish. So from what I've been able to deduce, the game is one person at the door hands out hearts with numbers to all the guys. The other person at the door hands out hearts with numbers to all the girls. And then everybody tries to find their matching number heart person and then take a selfie together, because it's like the old version of like we do a dance around the bonfire. Remember when anime had bonfires at their school festivals and they would do a dance around it and everyone was like, will you dance with me at the school festival? Quintessential quintuplets remembers. But you know, one of those things. And instead of that, it's just like, take a selfie with me because we both got the same number. It's exciting, I guess. Anyway, you had a velvety dress like that, but not the flowery style. Yeah, I could see that. Or maybe go to one of those the quinceañera stores. They always have a bunch of crazy dresses and be like, hey, do you have anything like this or anything similar to this? I feel like those stores have like 1,000 dresses in them, and you're like, why are there so dang many dresses in these stores? And there's always one. Every mall has the quinceañera store where it's all of these like crazy dresses and then like a bunch of yoga pant, like 5 or 6 yoga pant wearing mannequins that all have giant booties and like no waist. That's every mall has that store, and there's always nobody in it. Shikimori and Kamiya meet up on the roof where they lay their hearts bare. Just the fact that they can be so honest with one another flatters them both. And better yet, the conversation is a productive one. Kamiya explains herself in full, including her feelings of guilt. She thinks she's a bad person to covet Shikimori's boyfriend. Good use of the biblical, like, we're gonna really, rather than say she's liking him, she's coveting. They're not married. Get out of here. Only for Shikimori to say the opposite. Oh my goodness. Good. I'm glad Kaguya still has the bonfires. The titular Shikimori is convinced that any girl who likes the kind-hearted Izumi must be a wonderful person just like Izumi himself. Wouldn't the person who likes Izumi be wonderful like you? Like, there's no indication that Izumi likes Izumi, which would be the connecting factor. On that basis alone, Shikimori forgives Kamiya and trusts her to do the right thing. They then embrace as friends, and with that, Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie brings its new love triangle to a swift end. It was really little more than Kamiya being cautious about her own feelings and hiding them to protect the happiness of others, but she has nothing else to worry about and can now rest easy. At first, whoa, we got a lot more to say here. Goodness, Louie. At first, it seems the tentative love triangle between Shikimori, and Kamiya is resolved with unusual ease in episode 8, but in reality, there is no way Shikimori and Kamiya could actually be enemies or even friendly rivals. Friendly competition is a minor theme, and Shikimori is Not Just a Cutie. But the relationship between Shikimori and Kamiya is instead based on mutual understanding. These girls have too much in common to be at odds with one another and are predisposed to easily sympathize with one another. How would they sympathize? Yeah, you know what else is recognizing Izumi's good sides? The world that has stopped throwing shit at him to try and kill him. Apparently everybody's just like, oh, Izumi's my favorite boyfriend I've ever had. It's like, oh, me too, said the world. And it was like, I'm not going to be as mean to him, just occasionally making him trip and drop some books. That's all we're going to do now. In particular, Kamiya and Shikimori are both popular, charismatic students who are considered nearly perfect, and everyone looks up to them as leaders and role models. Kamiya and Shikimori may not have total imposter syndrome where this is concerned, but they are also humble enough to know the reality falls a bit short of how their classmates perceive them. Both girls are actually somewhat uncomfortable with that gap, knowing they can't actually live up to those impossibly high expectations, and that no one can appreciate their true, flawed selves. What flaw does Shikimori have? You can argue that Kamiya's flaw is that she likes a dude who's currently dating somebody else. Potential flaw, but they're high schoolers dating. There's no guarantee that it's a long-term relationship. It's a little more okay to be like, I think that person's pretty great. If they ever break up, I'm gonna swoop in. Like that's a little more understandable. But what flaw could there possibly be? She's too strong? She's too winning all the time? I don't know. Every romance anime you've watched had the girls in a love triangle sympathize with each other. Aoharu Ride, Kimi ni Todoke, Your Love Story, Infinite Stratos is that is a show. Seraph of the End. I feel like most of that, though, it's like a known triangle where they're like all like we're like friendly competition. So when one of us loses or one of us wins, we sort of understand, we're all in the fight. Whereas this, like Shikimori's like, I don't know, she's already dating him. She is jealous and insecure to the max. Okay, yeah. Always trying to hide stuff from Izumi and never trusting him, in your opinion. The jealousy is funny. The jealousy makes me laugh. The fact that she's jealous of a child, the fact that she's jealous of his best friend, the fact that she's jealous of just about anyone who touches him at the same time. Hold on. You just broke this wide open. Infinite Stratos was a love tent. Yeah, basically. A bit of Kanojo mo Kanojo was great. Can't wait for another season of that, personally. Shikimori was hyper jealous of a little girl giving Izumi a peck on the cheek for saving her life. And she was jealous of Izumi's best friend saving him from dying. But when someone says, hey, I love Izumi, and I'm struggling with the fact that I love Izumi because I don't really want to like be a homewrecker, but like I like him. She says, oh, we can be friends. Why is she not jealous of her? Or like, you can't spend time with my man, like give me something. Where's the how is the jealousy such a pivotal thing that we were making fun of it in the river episode? And then we get to this episode and suddenly she's like, nah, it's okay. You can love him too because I know how great he is. And if you like him, then that means you're great too. What? All right, and last paragraph. For that reason, in addition to her natural compassion, Shikimori finds it easy to comfort her would-be love rival, Kamiya, rather than chase her off or feel threatened. And in return, Kamiya promises to keep her hands off Izumi and admire him and Shikimori from a respectful distance. I'll stalk you, bitches! This is how Shikimori and Kamiya will keep the peace, all without anyone getting hurt. She trusts Kamiya because she knows Kamiya will never make a move, but Bakugo and the little girl made moves on him. Also, in the end of the episode, she admitted Kamiya made her anxious. Okay. Tells him not to change. Well, let's see. Wait, hold on. Is there a... We're from Louis Kemner. Next time on Louis Kemner. I love that you're here now, Parochin Baka, because you are challenging my views on a show that I have spent weeks hating. So I hope you understand it's all in fun and everything like that. And I want you to continue to defend Shikimori, and maybe on one of our Fun Time Fridays you can pop in and we can have words. Fun Time Friday, I just start throwing the restream link out, and we can all jump in and shout together or laugh together. Anything but cry together. We don't cry together here. Oh my goodness. So Ding Dong just became best boy, according to Louis Kemner. Little girl making moves. You guys are crazy. You guys are crazy kids. Acting like I'm some kind of boomer. Nothing but manly tears? I don't even shed those. I think the last time I had a manly tear, I was a babe. You're about to unsub over me hating Shikimori every stream. What? No, the real hate is to unsub but show up every stream, and when I hate on Shikimori, downvote it every single time. You're like, God, fuck this guy. Oh my goodness. Alrighty. Yeah, let's all remember, the whole point of all of this was me saying, there's better anime out there you could watch. And if you're someone who says this is peak anime and you have to watch it, then I could see you unsubbing from me. But I think everybody's like, yeah, I mean, this isn't everybody's cup of tea. You cry so often, dude. How do you manage? I did, if I could get real here. When I was a kid, when I was 10, I lost my grandfather, and we were really close. And then when I was 15, I lost my cat, which was basically like my security blanket. So I cried plenty. I was a little, I was Devilman crybaby. Just every little thing, cried all the time. And now I just, it's a joke, right? I just don't have any more tears to cry, because as I've grown up, it's like, you know what? I've worked with people whose good day for them at one point was coming back alive, and anything I deal with ain't that big a deal. So I fought back the tears after having the tears for so long. You cry when you watch alone. You think you're not as into it when you watch with others. I mean, you could just go cry over Gundam with Yellow Flash. All right, is Izumi best boy? Because we know he's not. Canonically, Yuichi Katagiri is best boy, so we know that Izumi can't be best boy. However, wow, I can't believe I mean, to be fair, he put out 4 articles today, so I can see I could see him being very quick with his spell checker, but we will move on with that. Oh, don't cry for me, Parochin. I've no more tears left to cry. Oh, and alcohol helps. That is true. Izumi Yu seems underwhelming. No, I have yet to be underwhelmed by him. I am fascinated by his bad luck curse that has disappeared over time, and I want to know where it comes from. Where does it go? Cotton Eye Joe. To begin with, Shikimori isn't together with Izumi to humor him or because they have an arranged marriage. Instead, Izumi proves himself the series' best boy in episode 8. Look at this. Shots fired at Couple of Cuckoos. Goodness. Instead, Izumi proves himself the series' best boy in episode 8 with his incredibly thoughtful in ways and surprisingly strong charisma. He even got the popular Kamiya to fall for him. And not just any boy could do that. Against all odds, nice guys finish first in Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie. Well, they have to finish before we can say they finished first, so we'll see. We'll see how it ends. This, of everything, this little present scene was the best. His bad luck comes from a fantasy world trying to isekai him. That's right. That's the two. It's either a Tanuki's curse or it's somewhere else is trying to summon a hero, and every time something tries to kill him is when they're trying to summon the hero, and they just have been giving up. They're like, we gotta figure this out on our own. Yeah, exactly. Thank you for knowing Kako. No joke, when I say a couple of cuckoos, I honestly was reading it as Cuckoo for so long before, I think it was like sister. She was like, I know it's funny and all, but like, it's Cuckoo. And I was like, no, it's not. And then I looked up One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and I was like, oh my God, I've been saying the Japanese way. It's the Japanese way, I swear. Shikimori has to face reality of how popular he is with 2 women. Kamiya is notably like the second Shikimori, an attractive and highly capable girl with many admirers, meaning she can be picky about her choice in lovers. Let's not go too far now. He is that age to get isekai. Let's hope a strong, brave, and just priestess doesn't run into him, though. Oh, my goodness. Or should we hope they do? Again, I still don't. When it comes to Executioner, people said second half not as good. I'm like, it's all the same. I don't see a quality dip halfway through. I see it being the same story, same animation. I think we talked, it was just like there was some reused animation that shows maybe they lost a little bit of time. Did the internet corrupt you so much you saw cuck there? Yes, I was making the cuck jokes before the hell's his name? He just got married. Giguk. Before Giguk was saying couple of cucks. No, to be 100%, it's because couple has the k sound. It's couple, and my brain just wants to have like assonance, like the same sound, not alliteration, but it's like, I think assonance is where the first sound is repeated. So couple of cuckoos sounds better coming out of my brain than couple of cuckoos. Now, if it was a couple of cuckoos, then I could get behind it, but it's not. It's couple of cuckoos to me. Oh, and so far, I mean, he's one of the least cucked anime characters. He's if anything, he's just like a straight up like almost MGTOW. He's like, get out of my way, I gotta do the homework, I'm naked in my house. I love it so much. Now granted, he is doing all this to simp for Hero, but we'll get to that soon enough. Assonance is vowels instead of consonants, just like your butthole's an O. uh, you take it back on the second half not being as good. I think 1 week caused you not to care as much. Okay, that was you. I always forget. I don't know why. I always feel like you and I agree on things. So whenever I hear a disagreement, I'm like, nah, couldn't have been E-Class. No way. No way was it him. It had to be Michael. Michael being a little troll bitch someday. Nagi Umino is a great harem king, though he suffered from Raku syndrome in some parts of the manga. Manga spoilers. Oh goodness. We do agree on most things. Good. So I wasn't incorrect there. Oh my goodness. I think the only like modern manga that I've kept up with is not even kept up with. I just randomly read some Girlfriend Ex-Girlfriend because that show is so funny that I was like, I need more of these jokes because they're just so freaking stupid. They're like when you're in like a dating sim and you have all of those answers and there's always that like ultimate extreme answer and you're like, what does this do? Like that's what Girlfriend Ex-Girlfriend Kanojo Mo Kanojo is. And I think it's so freaking funny that I've read a few of the next manga chapters and it's been fun. But beyond that, I haven't really. I'm not big into the manga man. Oh my goodness. Do we even care? Do we care anymore if Izumi is a good boy? Kami raises the stock of viewers' minds. Who cares about her? He explains it. Like, come on, Louis. Why are we here? Just to suffer. 1 year ago, changed him. 360 days. Blah blah blah. Why? Token rom-com gesture, but he really does a thing. Anyway, not a spoiler. He starts acting like Raku Ichijo from Nisekoi at some points. For girlfriend, you got a little annoyed at the two timing joke. I think the problem is that it translates to two timing, but it's like not like the Japanese word is a little different. Kanojo mo kanojo. 100 girlfriends who really love you. That's the same name for the same thing, or am I about to find a different? Hold on, let me stop. Just in case. Of the 100 girlfriends who really, really love you, I don't know that one. Oh goodness. Oh, this show is silly. Those people are silly. Who writes that? Who wrote that? Come on, load the next one. That's enough. That's enough. We don't care about Izumi. I'm a class act. Stick around. I'll do something, I'm sure. Oh my goodness. All right, so we're all caught up here on Couple of Cuckoos. There we go. Look at that constant well of content. Louis frickin' Kemner. How, like, can we just be a little mind boggled at the fact that this guy has 4,200 articles in the last 3 years of working for this company? Just mind blowing. Oh my goodness. It is funny. Okay, I'll check it out. I am always one down for a good joke. RPG Real Estate had things go down this episode. Oh, I gotta catch up. I'm not caught up on RPG Real Estate. I've been waiting for the things go down episode. Are you telling me that we're now getting into the mystery of the dragon and the dark underbelly of this freaking world, and that our cute working girls are gonna have to figure out what's going on? No? Yes? Wait. Oh, you're talking to him. I see. I see. I'm just the noise in the background, which means I've made it. If chat is having their own discussion and and I'm just a blah 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 in the background while chat has fun, then I've made it. I finally did it, Mom. Is Mr. Kemner being paid? Yes. Yes. So, Sir Kemner, Knight of the Otaku Table, works for a company where basically what he does is he writes articles and then sells them to the company that he works for. And then the company that he works for disseminates them to whoever will buy them or post them or host them. So he works for a company that makes money by just selling content to websites like CBR and other things like that. So he gets paid through that. I think he with CBR works directly for them, but he at least started out by working for the other company where they where he writes and just sells his writing to them. You know, you get paid per word, paid per line, paid per article, kind of a thing. So yes, he does get paid. He is I'm 90% sure that I found him, but just in case I didn't, I don't want to go to any of the content of his that I have found that's a bit more personal, just in case it's not him, because it's posted, it's public, it's out there for people. But I am 90% sure that I found this Louis Kemner has taught a 30-minute course on dealing with autism. 90% sure that it's right. But 10% is enough for me to say I'm not going to be the one that goes and exposes this person to you know, the internet beyond that, but it is a public thing that they have out there posted. So Louis Kemner is just a prolific watcher and writer. Cranks them out fast. You can see in a lot of them there's sort of some copy paste, but we'll get to that. RPG real estate. It's full length 20-minute episodes. You would expect it to be a shorter, like a 10 or a 5-er. But yeah, they are excuse me. They are full length episodes. And it starts out K-On!, except they're in an RPG. They have RPG classes, and they're doing real estate work. You're wondering if he's writing for a blog or something else. The only writing of his I can ever find is on CBR. I'm pretty sure he's an in-house with CBR at this point of his career. But how he goes from there, I don't know. But he is got a storied history when you try to like dig into it. But nothing that's that exciting for a channel that wants to talk about escapism. So I'll leave that to somebody else, because I freaking love this dude and the amount of content that he can just cram out there. Just hilarious. It's not a masterpiece. There is ecchi, by the way. There is the most mild of ecchi. I mean, they go to a beach, classic anime. Like it's silly, it's cute. I don't know. I think that show is one of the least ecchi out there this season. We have Iki Tosen dropping uncensored with full boob. And you're like, well, you know, RPG real estate's got some ecchi in it. Oh, maybe I'm the corrupt one here. Oh, anyway. back to this question, and this I'm only doing this so that we can yell at Michael later. The little dragon girl is constantly naked, but like that's the joke, is that she's like a dragon, and you never see her naked, right? I don't remember that. It's all very well censored. But like, and like, have you ever put a cat in a shirt? You ever put a cat in a shirt? You put an animal in a shirt, they're like, no, I don't want a shirt, get it off. It's the same. That's the exact same thought that I had, was like, you put clothes on a pet, the pet's like, no, I don't want to wear clothes unless you got like a, I don't know, like a dancing monkey or something that'll wear a hat. Like it's not the only animals that like clothes, I think. Oh my goodness. All right. Hot take. Segawa Hiro is all wrong for Nagi. Here's why. She's captured Nagi's heart, but at this rate, Nagi is in for a rough time. He better ditch Hiro quick. Ditch him quick. Couple of Cuckoos is a charming rom-com anime found in the spring 2022 season, and already a love triangle has taken shape between this anime's three main characters. The humble but hardworking Umino Nagi wants to impress the girl of his dreams, Segawa Hiro. It's not really a love triangle. It's like a love line with like a dot like off to the side, I think. But he's getting mixed results at best. On the plus side, Nagi and Hiro have amusing on-screen chemistry as academic rivals who share a passion for collecting shrine stamps. Very fun thing to do in Japan, by the way. However, like there's a stamp thing everywhere. Everywhere you go, there's a stamp. You're on Monkey Mountain, there's a stamp. You're at this shrine, there's a stamp. You're at this tower. Oh, stamp again. It's crazy how many stamps there are. I had no idea until we went. Crazy. However, at this rate, their chemistry as friendly rivals might not be enough to sustain a meaningful, wholesome romance between them. Recent episodes suggest that the spark between them is about to fizzle out for good after all. Oh, Nihongo Jozu desu. I speak bar Japanese, so when I get well liquored up and there's a salaryman next to me, I can hold a conversation pretty well and we'll walk away having exchanged business cards. But outside of that, it tends to fade. Oh goodness. How is it weak? I love their chemistry. The fact that they're challenging each other and they're always like competing, like I think that's a great thing. I think that's great. I think there's a lot of relationships that start with competition that blossom past that. Ya boy, for one. I didn't know I was competing, but apparently that's how it started. So embrace the competition. What does des mean when they say it at the end of a name? So they'll say des, D-E-S-U, or desu, at the end of a sentence. And it's a few things. The sentence is a sentence and it's over. It's the most proper way to end a sentence. So like watashi wa bozu des. You know, like I'm a monk. So des just ends that sentence. Now the reason you have des is because if you end a sentence with des ka, it turns it into a question. So now it's like, is it? Am I, basically? And then there's mas, M-A-S-U, and then maska, which have more past tense versions. And then mashta would be like a past tense. Oh, you got back from the casino. Nice. Did you figure out what the your boy champ, G'day champ, what's the saying? Izu des. It's a chair. Isu des. It's a chair, exactly. Look at it. Michael, you've stepped into Japanese 101 with Paruchin Baka, where we're getting our Japanese lessons. But it is the reason you don't always hear it in anime e-class is it is extremely well, not extremely, but it is very good job, champ. Hey. It's very proper to say it that way. So you'll hear usually kids will speak more properly to adults, but in Japanese, with two people talking to each other, they'll skip out on the subjects, they'll skip out on the endings, they'll skip out on anything they don't have to say. So you may hear them say like biru-ka, which is just like, you want a beer? But instead of saying anata wa hoshi ga or hoshi biru ga desu ka, it would shrink the sentence. Like, want a beer? It's sort of we do the same thing in English. Like, would you like a beer? Or want a beer? You know, that's sort of the equivalent there. So a lot of anime, what you're hearing is the want a beer, as opposed to would you like a beer? So educated, sir. I have been to Japan 8 times. And I have attempted every time to learn a little bit more Japanese. Now it's been a while. Since the world shut down. But we're getting ready to go again this fall, so I'm getting back into some lessons. If you do ever travel to Japan, the most important thing you can do is learn katakana. Let me pull this up. Give me an easy way to see this. This'll work. Oh, that's tiny. Give me a bigger one. Here we go. Mike, you didn't realize how dumb those people are. You didn't know PPP is an idiot? Welcome to knowledge, Michael. Okay, so here is katakana. We'll get to that article. I pulled this article for you, so I'm glad you made it, Michael. So des ne. So ne is one of the most annoying ones when you first are learning it, but it's one that my wife actually uses now because it's extremely useful. When you end a sentence with ne, like desu ne, it means you need a response. So, I'm gonna go to the store, or I'm gonna go to the store. Desu ne. Like, respond to that. Tell me. Like, communicate to me that you heard that, or communicate. Like, you ask someone a question instead of it being like you need them to give you feedback. So it's extremely useful. Extremely useful. However, this is the most useful thing you will ever do if you ever go to Japan. This is katakana, and what is beautiful about katakana is this is the alphabet that they use for loan words. So loan words are, in English, we use loan words as well. Yeah. Guess who doesn't like hero? I'll let you guess while I finish talking about this. We have loan words in English. So a loan word in English would be like manga. You say manga in English, most people, even if they've never read one, will know what you're talking about, because it's a word that we borrowed from another culture for a comic book that's about this big, coming from Japan. In Japanese, they will have a ton of loan words. Everything from omelet to like pants. Pants is actually a French loan word in Japanese. So if you can read this language, aka sa ta na ha ma ya ra wa n, then you can look at a menu and you can see omelet, hamburger, French fry, like and all of this stuff. And the easiest way to kind of think about how because sometimes you'll look at one, you'll be like, man, what does that sound? Think of the most stereotypical Japanese accent you can, and say the word you want in that accent, and that's what it'll look like fudenchi fudai, because they don't have an FR. It's just this fu sound. Anyway. Yeah, Christy Gibbs with a second bad take. Apparently, she's never seen any of the multitude of really good BL, yaoi, and yuri anime in the world, and decided to think that this new show or newer show is really good. But we're talking about the Kemner. Right, exactly. And that's a perfect word to exemplify for people. Exemplify, that's my word. That's the lone word from my mouth. We say, let's go to karaoke. Karaoke. And when you say karaoke, all of the Japanese people around you will go, karaoke, and they'll make fun of how you're saying it instead of karaoke, because every kana in Japanese has the same sound every time. So there's not like when these two are together, we have the long A sound. It's always going to be a ka. Never is it going to be a K. Oh my goodness. That is the stylized is the beauty of having 3 alphabets. So just to catch you up here, Michael, we've got apparently their chemistry as friendly rivals is good, but not enough to sustain a wholesome relationship. That is where we're at. Early episodes of Couple of Cuckoos neatly establish Hiro and Nagi as friendly rivals in academics, and they have already shared more than a few scenes as competitors. This helps add a little flair to their lives and gives them a goal to work toward, but it might not lead to romance after all. More recent episodes threw a wet blanket over that particular idea. Their on-screen chemistry didn't grow at all between episodes 5 and 6. If anything, it got weaker. Bold claims from the Kemner. Daily rank. Daily ranking. No, that is some of the funniest, because what's the best part is, just like you running into that, I'll be like reading something and I'm like, honey, what is this? And I will like slowly read it, and she'll listen to it. And when you're listening to it, it's like a Mad Gab, not a Mad Gab, one of those weird game. There's a board game where you've got cards and you're supposed to read the card, and the card you read has words on it, but when you say it, it sounds like something else to the other people. And we play that game basically with Japanese. You're struggling to read a word in your own second almost preferred language. Yeah. Yeah, what does he have in his pipe? Let's find out. Because I thought at the end of the episode, she was like, I need you to save me from my fate. If you could change your fate, would you? She would. She'd love to change her fate. In episode 6. Oh, he may be on that Sachi train. Well, yeah, because somebody else wrote the article about like how they hated the idea of Sachi falling in love with him. You found the first 2 episodes annoying. You don't care for accidental boob groping and sister love figures, but I can probably look past. Okay, hold on. Sister love figures didn't happen and hasn't happened. I don't see signs of it happening. Sachi literally, she's got that scene. She takes the chopsticks that Erica used, and she's like, big sis, and like puts him in the family cup. She goes over to hang out with her sister, and her sister like get together and hang out and have fun. Like there's no We're not getting any kind of Wincest arc here. We're only getting she wants to know more about her new sister, while at the same time feeling a little protective of her bro. Madlib. No, is that? Let's see. No. Mad. Maybe Mad Gabs. Hero, wake me up inside. Yeah, okay, it is Mad Gabs. So, here's a Mad Gab. Rise, Han, Cray, Fee. So Rise, Han, like the name, Cray, and Fee. Rise and Cray Fee. Rise and Cray Fee. Rice and Cray. Is it supposed to be Croffy? Rise and Crayfy? Rise and Croffy? No, it's Cray. It's Cray. Heck would that be? Rise and Crayfy. Like, this is one of those things where I'm going to be sitting here saying this, sounding like an idiot, and Chad will be like, hey, give me that. Supposed to be food edition. Like, Highs Creek Own. Highs Creek Own. Ice cream cone, right? Ice cream cone. I got it. I got one. Okay. Fudge Prow Knees. Fudge brownies. That one's easy. Ham Minch Ease. Ham and cheese. Bow Day Tote Chips. Potato chips. Like, you know, they're just like stupid little things like that. That's what it's like sometimes when you're reading Japanese to someone else, so that they can understand it and they can be like, oh, that's what it's being said. Rice and gravy? What are you eating shit on a shingle over there? Get it. Rice and crayfish. It's I didn't have the answers to those. I only had some Google images of the cards that I was reading. Oh my goodness. Do. All right. Episode 6. Let's see what he hates about episode 6. For example, Hiro and Nagi get along as classmates and study partners, but little more to begin with. Wait, little more. To begin with, those are two separate sentence ideas. I can speak English. Hiro has shown no sign of a crush or interest in Nagi. What do you call the save me from my fate? That's literally the thing. Not even tripping and falling into his arms or What? You have to fall into their arms? Or blushing at something he said? Well, I can tell you for a fact, not everybody blushes when they're in love. What's more, Hiro is clearly happier spending time with their new dere friend, Amano Erika. We'll get to her. And it seems the lonely Hiro has been longing for true friendship, not a whirlwind romance. What other than true friendship is not love? My wife's my best friend. Nagi's pursuit of Hiro is almost painfully one-sided, and his best tool for impressing Hiro, his study habits, I'm sorry, his best tool is his stamp collection. Won't get him there. At first, it seemed that it might work, but episode 6 all but killed the romance between them, at least for now. Episode 6 exposed a feeling that Nagi didn't know he had. Now, is it a feeling of jealousy from love, or is it that this is my sister's blood relation and I'm helping her and she needs, she doesn't get these things, so like I need to, like he's feeling like the protect gene like start firing off? I don't know. We'll see kind of where it goes with that. But that's definitely where I see what happened for that. Another major obstacle stands between Nagi and his goal of winning Hiro's heart, and that obstacle only grows more formidable with each passing episode. Segawa Hiro is already engaged. Does this guy not get it? Just like Nagi is engaged to Erika, and Hiro isn't in the mood to call off her engagement for Nagi or anyone else's sake. In recent episodes, Nagi incorrectly deduced that Hiro wants him to steal her away from her fiance, but if Nagi actually... I think he doesn't get it. I'm fine with the harem as long as the characters have their own goals and aspirations that go beyond wanting to be useful to Protag-kun. Yeah, everybody's got their own thing. Here's my major secret person I have no interest in. I wonder... Oh, Hiro is bound to be furious. She never made any cry for help regarding her engagement. What do you mean? Are we seeing different things? What was the end of the episode where he was like, you want me to say it? She's like, save me from my fate. Like, she said it. Oh my goodness. Most of all, Nagi and Erika visited the large Shinto shrine where the Segawa family lives and works, and Nagi got an ice-cold reception there. Yeah. Hiro gets along with Nagi as a platonic study partner, but her mother made Nagi feel unwelcome in every way she could, including throwing him dirty looks. This is because Hiro is set to inherit the family shrine with her fiancé once they marry, which is vital for the shrine and its business. If Hiro ran off with Nagi instead, all that would come crashing down. So why would she not? Like, she literally said that. She literally said that. She said, save me. The stakes are far too high for Hiro to just ditch her engagement and the family shrine and no amount of sweet talking. Did that happen post-credits and he didn't see the post-credit scene? Remind me here. He might not have. He might not have ever pursued anyone. We don't know. But there is something that we do know. Perhaps it's time to cut losses and move on. You say that, but get out of here. Oh, dang it. Your website wasn't cancer without it. I would, but it's cancer without it, so I don't. He thinks Erika is the best girl. This is the reality of that last article. You guys were like, what? How? No way. And I was like, what is he watching? How is he coming up with these takes? Because he's Team Erika. He has planted his flag. And can I just point out again, this is 12 hours ago. And there were more articles. This guy has written like 6 articles that all dropped today. He's a machine. Oh, I love it. Same thing. Love triangle, blah, blah, blah. So far in Cuckoos, it's anyone's guess about whom Nagi will end up with. In rom-com series, totally have surprised viewers before. However, it's still clear whom Nagi should choose. Oh my goodness. You also notice that Hiro is super competitive, and that kind of gets away in the Doki Doki romance moments, but they could still have wholesome romance. I think that the super competitive nature of people will do one of two things. It will drive them apart if they are insecure about the thing that they're competing over, or if they're more secure, they're confident, they know they're good at it, but they want to compete anyway. It will drive them together as they suddenly realize that by being together, they will be able to more better perform all of these things. You get depressed on most of your favorites, like Rem, Hestia, and Yui. So far, nobody even likes the MC. They're just having fun and goofing off. I would argue that Hiro likes him. I think she has put herself in a position where she's convinced herself that she has to inherit the shrine, and that's all, and she can't feel that way. But the more she's meeting him, the more she's interacting with him, the more she's thinking, maybe that doesn't have to be my life. And I think her sort of poking at him while he's like focused in on Erica the entire day sort of shows that, you know, she's not completely attached, but she does sort of understand him a bit more. Don't get depressed over Rem, bro. Oh my goodness. Anyway, plant your flag, Kemner. Nagi is already engaged to his foster parents' biological daughter, the wealthy Insta model Amino Erica, while Nago, good old Nago. I love the Amino about Nago. Sagawa Hiro is engaged to someone else. Nagi is determined to somehow win Hiro's heart, but that endeavor will probably end in misery and failure. Instead, Nagi's true route to happiness is right in front of him, Erica herself. No spoilers! Yeah, this is a spoiler-free chat over here. Get none of that now. And if you do, at least mark them. You see my spoiler shout. By now, several key factors have established the especially Michael. You're the one who, like, I'll say, hey, this is an anime about a guy, and you'll be like, spoiler! Get out of here. Oh my goodness. The Dede Amino Erica as Nagi's best romantic option. Most of all, their engagement to one another. True, both of them find this awkward and have had some mishaps while living together as fiancés, but all things considered, they could be doing far worse. So far, this arranged engagement scenario may remind anime fans of the Raku Chitoge pairing of Nisekoi! Look who called it! Paruchin with the Raku call out. Look, you could be a prolific CBR writer if you wanted to be. Oh man. You've always rooted for the rooting girl. Urusei Yatsuya, a bunch of crappy harems, Fruits Basket, High School of the Dead, Oregaru, and Your Liar in April. Invader Lum is my favorite. I am so excited for the remake because it looks so cool. And all I need is for them to do the original, but with this new design, because it's so well done. And then you see it in motion in the trailer and you're like, oh, thank you for this being the actual, like, way that the characters look as they're moving around and not just like a bunch of stills. Like, I was a little worried about that when I saw the design style, but the way they've executed it, I'm so excited for. Always rooted for the rooting girl. Are you calling those crappy shows? I don't know, actually. Because you've got Fruits Basket and High School of the Dead on the same list, and I can say both of those are good shows. One better than the other. I'll let you be the judge as to which one's which. You also rooted for the wrong girl in Nisekoi. They trash. What? I'm sorry. Have you even seen High School of the Dead? How can you have these takes? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Invader Zim reference? Yes, Invader Zim reference. Lum Invader, known in Japan simply as Lum, is a fictional character and female protagonist of Rumiko Takahashi's manga. Like I always like I know she's like Space Princess Lum or Princess Lum or and it's Lemu. Lemu is like the name, which is weird that we call it Lam Ramu. But yeah, Invader is straight up the wiki. It's so loved in Japan, you believe they'll pull it off splendidly. Same. I am just excited. I'm just excited. And we got MF Ghost coming. All this kind of stuff. Abs-less Lum. Yeah, well, she doesn't need abs to show how awesome she is. She got that booty. She got that booty. He didn't want to name the crappy ones. Hold on. I found the Urusei Yatsuya volume compilation, whatever the hell it's called. Compendium. It's like 10 chapters or whatever. Oh, I don't have it uploaded. Dang it. I will I'll post it on Twitter. There's a really fun like skirt and cape outfit that Lum's wearing that is fantastic. Fantastic. High School of the Dead specifically, screw that show. Screw your show. I hope Erica wins. Shows off her stomach, doesn't have abs. Yeah, doesn't need abs. She's got those smooth lines and that fun bikini outfit. Sorry, don't be sorry about DxD. It's gotten not as good. It started out real strong. The first 3 seasons I really liked, but that 4th season is kind of like, all right, what are we doing here? What is the plan? What is the plan? Honestly here, what are we gonna do? Where are we going? Oh, don't be sorry. You only play around. Also, all of DxD is trash. I'm feeling things. First, you make fun of High School of the Dead, which is exactly the follow-up that Dan O'Bannon would have animated if he was an animator instead of just making Return of the Living Dead. And you're making fun of DxD saying the whole thing is trash? How can you be so wrong? So wrong! You've been with me for so long! Yet you come to me, you hurt me these ways. What are you doing? What are you doing to me? Lum has a great figure. Stecky Des. That is true. Def her advantage over Shinobu at first. That and the fact that he captured her bra in that first chapter. High School of the Dead was fun for you in your youth, loved it, and was waiting for season 2. Fruba is better, though. So, yeah, I mean, again, High School of the Dead is exactly what classic grindhouse zombie movies were. Like, I'm not kidding when I say the guy, like Dan O'Bannon, who made Return of the Living Dead, that is, like, High School of the Dead is what he would have made if he was an animator. It's perfect and exactly along the lines of those classic zombie movies. DxD became Mock and Key. I do love me some Mock and Key. If you're a harem anime that I am dropping, then you are trash. Well, I am not an anime, so I guess I'm safe. You wish they finished it? Yep. 100%. I can't block him. He's like a founding member. It's like, you're like, you can't block me. I'm the CEO and the CFO. I'll take away your budget. Breaking out the Kurosawa. Yes, Kampai. I love it. Let me know what you think. Try at room temperature, but Kurosawa really opens up when you cool it down. Definitely try it a little chilled. But the trick is, a normal refrigerator is going to be too cold. So you either put it in the fridge for like overnight, let it get cold, and then pull it out and let it warm up a little bit and then have it, or only put it in the fridge for like 15, 20 minutes and then pull it out and try it. You can name so few harem where your girl won. It's actually so sad. Same. I can say, and I've been scrolling for a while, looking at a ton of stuff, right? Shuffle, Demon King Daimyo, we can call it Trinity 7, you know, so many of those. I never win. Call it my taste. Call it, I've got good taste. But it's not exactly mainstream taste, I guess. Or they they purposefully choose a lesser female to win so that everybody talks about it and gets more buzz around it. A little tin hat for you. You never win either. Yeah, same boat. Harems were fun when you were 15. Okay, you're just in that lull. You're like, oh man, 4 years ago, that when I was into harems, they'll come back around. Trust me, it's okay. We'll be here when you come back around, and so will they. They will be there for you to come back around too. Oh my goodness. You're still a child. Bam. God, you killed him. Oh my goodness. If Raku and Chitoge can get over their differences and form a real romance with Nagi and Erika can and probably will do the same. You can't talk like I was 15 at 18. No, you killed him. Oh, I love it. I freaking love it. Oh my goodness. Oh, you guys are too funny. While arranged marriages may seem suffocating, like, is he just gonna keep saying like they're fine? Oh, they're gonna become Tony Kawa style. They're gonna fall in love. She's great because she's trying to wingman. If she's wingman, it's because she doesn't care enough. Unless it's gonna be one of those like, I was the wingman until I fell in love with my pilot, or whatever you're supposed to say. Chose violence. Yes, you did choose violence. Oh my goodness. Because when I say, man, when I was 15 and I first got the internet and, I was downloading shows, I watched like all of Dragon Ball Z and it got me excited about, working out. And so like anytime I watch a show, I get real nostalgic about that because it was 15 years ago. No, wait, 17 years ago for me. It's more years from me to when I was 15 than from when I was 15 to when I was born. Oh, made you hate love triangles for a while. You dropped things in the middle of stuff because you sense a love triangle and got flashbacks. Kurosawa, pretty good, drinking a room temp here in California, which is probably slightly warm. Yeah, I would guess it probably is slightly warm. Again, it opens up when you get it just about like, I want to say like 40 degrees or so is when it really starts to open up. If you get it to like cold fridge temps, because like some fridges, are less than, well, 41 is what they need to be, so like 30, 37 or whatever. If you let it get that cold, you start to lose the taste, but that 40 to 45 is beautiful. Glory to the Communist Party. I love it. Oh my goodness. She hasn't made any serious I love you gestures yet. Exactly. You just like her because you're like, man, maybe I could get a girlfriend who's the part of the she's like an Instagram model. I want an Instagram model girlfriend who looks just the way she does. Get that way, especially with compensated dating in shows. I have to question the use of the term flashbacks here. Are we flashbacks like actual events in our life, or flashbacks to bad shows? Because we're talking about flashbacks to love triangles and compensated dating. You don't know how you'd view it nowadays. Have you seen the OVA? The beach episode? Too much work for today. Yeah, no. That's why I keep 3 liters of Tanuki at room temperature at all times, because sometimes you just need it, and sometimes you come home feeling like a deadbeat Japanese dad. You pour it into a mug, you throw it in the microwave, and you nuke it for 30 seconds, and you call it hot house sake, because that's good enough. Oh man, if I start going out with a girl, I don't want to see her taking pictures of her food for Instagram. What if she takes pictures of her ass for Instagram? What about that? What if she takes pictures of your food for Instagram? Oh, high school is dead is fun. You just think it's trash. Okay. I can at least understand, as long as you knew it was fun, because it was definitely fun. Oh my gosh. That's worse. No, I think you misunderstood Serranos. The picture of her ass was pictures of your meal. Oh my goodness. There is an OVA for High School of the Dead. It is the beach episode, and it's hilarious. It's very, very good. Damn. All right. So again, I will be live tomorrow. Trying to eat backwards would also be a deal breaker. Oh my goodness. I have a very early stream tomorrow for me. I normally sleep in, but Brandon, the anime guy, asked me to pop on and talk about all of this awesome news. We've got Berserk news. We've got One Piece news. We've got Hunter x Hunter news. Like every couple days, there's another Hunter x Hunter deality-doo popping up. So we got a lot of anime news popping off around here. I think something else dropped like literally today, if I remember. Blood Sports Friday? Yeah, I think we're getting there. Especially if Paruchin is interested in popping on, because I think if we get Paru and we get Pixel on stream, we'll have an actual contingent of counterclaims or other view options. Other view options, people that are actually like interested in saying like, well, you know, this wasn't like this was like that. Oh, new Trigun. That's the other one. Trigun is getting a new anime adaptation. So we got all kinds of news. So we'll be talking about that tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. live on Brandon's channel, Brandon the Anime Guy, the Anime Guy on Twitter. So if you want to hear, this is my afternoon voice where I can talk and I can say things and I've got words. If you're ready to hear what my morning voice sounds like at 8 a.m. my time, then pop over to Brandon's channel. I will post it on my Twitter so everybody can see it and possibly come check it out. Yes, I would love a new Trigun. So I'll be pounding some coffee in the morning while we discuss whatever new news we need to discuss. What else was that? Yeah, so blood sports, we'll have our blood sports on Friday. Again, we'll be passing the link around. We'll see how it fills up and how it shakes down, and what happens, what comes from it. Last time, I feel like it worked pretty well. I feel like it actually pulled it off, considering it was a very last minute. Let me just throw some links at some different people and see what happens. And I'm hoping we can pull it off again. You would get so attached to characters praying that they'd win. Sure they'd win, and they just have all of their feelings that grew over the course of years be thrown away, cast asunder into the flames. I think Evangelion helped me with that, because you're like, man, Asuka's great. I hope Asuka gets to be the best of the show. And then as the show goes on, everything happens that happens. And you're like, you know what? Maybe endings aren't always what happens. And I guess I'm going to have to live with that. I guess that's life. And you watch other shows and you're like, I hope they win, but then they don't, and you're like, well, at least they are not Asuka at the end of Evangelion. So I think it'll definitely help me. Thank you everyone for being here, for chatting, for having a good time. It was a blast. I hope you all continue this energy, continue this fun, have a great tonight and a wonderful tomorrow, and that we all get to have a great Throwback Thursday as we go scrolling through anime, as we talk about more 2016, 2017, 2018 anime, in order to find what is the best one. Have a wonderful evening once again. Kampai, everyone.